Welcome everybody to our Cyberpunk 2077 video. We are here in Night City. We are here rocking in Brookago. Today we're going to show you what RTX looks like, RTX tech in Cyberpunk 2077. The wonderful folks from NVIDIA hooked us up with a 3080 card to show off all the ray tracing goodness, the DLSS technology that you will find within this game and within their technology. Again, if you've not played a game with ray tracing, it's all about lighting. Lighting is what changes the way that these games play with this technology. And it does it in such fundamental ways that you really have to pay attention to it in larger capacities, in the way that you think about not only lighting, but the way that that lighting makes the world feel more immersive. So right now we're at this one stand. We're down in Night City. We're checking out these folks, kind of hanging out with this vendor. And currently, I don't think RTX is on right now. Let's double check and make sure so we can show you exactly how to turn RTX on within Cyberpunk 2077. Ray tracing currently is off. DLSS is actually, we're going to turn that off really quick so you can see what that looks like. So DLSS is technology that basically uses AI to help give you a better balance between resolution and performance. So it's the balancer that will let you play a game at a higher res. The game then, the tech kind of interprets what's going to happen in that scene. And when it's doing that, you used to have to try to add more pixels to a space. AI is now doing the work of making sure those pixels are in the right spots, that they are adding to the scene so that you still have the same fidelity, but you don't have that performance hit, which is pretty amazing in terms of ways that the tech will work for you. NVIDIA shared some information and said that you may be able to get up to at least 60% of a performance boost when using DLSS in their games, which is pretty amazing. So if you were thinking about playing a game at 4K and have the means to use a card in the 20 series or 30 series, you not only get ray tracing, but you'll be able to use DLSS to kind of help you even bump up some of your resolutions in some of those ways. Again, ray tracing is technology that uses light in a different way. So basically all these lights are now just direct light sources, as opposed to having things that are kind of baked into the normal maps for some of these objects. So usually they basically would paint in a light source to some of these things so that those lights would kind of reflect what real world lights would look like. With RTX and ray tracing, those are actually light points that are coming from those objects directly. So you can see that light that's on that back wall is bouncing off of the wall that's behind it. It's illuminating the guy's face. It's illuminating the stuff that's behind him, those stairs. But when you turn on ray tracing, that gets bumped up to a whole new level. So I'm going to be showing you this on Psycho, which is in this game the highest level of ray trace lighting you can have. And in DLSS, we're going to put that at performance because we want to kind of make sure that everything is running at the highest fidelity that we can. Everything else you can see here is kind of pretty much tapped out. It's on the top of the list. Video is running at 4K, even a little bit higher than that. So we're going to be showcasing all that really quickly. So remember that scene before without ray tracing on and DLSS on? This is what it looks like with it on. Huge difference in the way that light reacts to everything. That light is bouncing off that wall differently. It's bouncing off of the chair. It is bouncing off of the table. You're getting all that lighting off the top of the white chair. You're getting all that bounce and off the ground. It's very different. It makes all that subtle lighting add to the immersion of the game. And of course you have this big neon sign that's behind us that is bouncing all that light off of the garbage can. It's bouncing it off the ground. It's bouncing it out all those things. It's bouncing it off her hair. So all those things play into how it works. Of course the ground, because the ground was wet, it was raining. The shadows here are even kind of picking up some of that. It's bouncing all the reflections of the world around off the bike itself. So you see that through the glass reflections, you see that through all the small details within the car. You see that light that is also being bounced off of those lights are now kind of bouncing themselves off of my bicycle here, and adding to the immersion within the scene as well. Again, all those lights are now reacting the way they would in real life because of the way that things are reflected. That neon sign right there is bouncing light off the hood of the car. You can see the sign that is above the windshield is also being animated and also reflected within her windshield in a way that light would normally do that. It's all those small touches that happen in there. Of course, that open sign that's right behind me is right in her window. It's right shown in the window, which is amazing. Also, you can even see the guy that's standing there behind me in those windows. You can see the lights from across the street bounce off the top of the car. This is what RTX lighting does, and it's pretty fantastic. Let's turn off RTX lighting really quick. Let's turn off DLSS. Let's see what the differences look like. That difference is way different. You don't get that open sign reflection in the window anymore. The way that the lights kind of bounce, it's all flat. The reflections in the glass, they all look different. It is not as cool when you don't have the RTX stuff on, and it is really different in the way you have it on. Let's turn it on one more time. We're going to turn it all the way back up. I'm going to put performance back on DLSS, and instantly you see the difference in the way that all the lighting is changed in the world. It is now bouncing that off. You can see people's reflections walking across. It is pretty brilliant in the way that all of this stuff kind of works, and it's pretty fantastic that this tech is in, you know, the 20 series and 30 series cards. Again, thank you to our wonderful folks over at NVIDIA for sponsoring this video. Thank you to our wonderful folks at NVIDIA for hooking us up with a 3080 card, RTX 3080 card, to be able to do this video and to play Cyberpunk in the prettiest way possible. You know, this is a game that is going to be, you know, one of the forefront of the visual showcase and showpieces of 2020. And I think, again, it's just going to showcase what RTX technology can do for a game like this, where you're looking for immersion and you're looking for the best and most beautiful ways that a game can look. And I think they have done a fantastic job of that with Cyberpunk 2077. It has been one of those things that, you know, for me as a person who loves to take photos in photo mode, RTX technology is going to help do that as well, to kind of give you some more visuals and give you some more visual flair that feels a little bit different. And those things are going to definitely come through when you're playing the game on your own machine. Again, look at the water kind of, you know, pulling off the concrete, that little shiny part on the side of the road, the neon that's pulling out through the rest of the city in Night City. You know, all that's there and kind of showcasing how gorgeous this thing is. And you just have so many different ways to showcase what RTX tech is right now, at the highest level, on a game like this, with a pretty fantastic PC. It's just stunning in terms of the fidelity you can get currently on the PC platform with all these bells and whistles turned on. So again, DLSS is going to be able to help you kind of turn that corner in terms of performance mixed with quality and fidelity, and you'll also be able to play at some smoother frame rates because you're not taking that hit in terms of your GPU having to chug because you're having to push out so many more pixels in the game in that way. Again, you can see the lights kind of bouncing off my helmet when I go under the street lights. All that stuff feels really pretty fantastic. and it all feels really, you know, genuine. It feels really authentic in the way that some of those lights kind of bounce off you and coat you in the colors that they are representing within the space. So again, thank you everybody for checking out the video. Again, if you're playing Cyberpunk 2077, whoa, that was unexpected. Kind of amazing. Let's get into a fight on the end of this. If you're getting into 2077 and you're playing this game, you gotta make sure you're checking it all out. You gotta make sure you're putting your RTX on, because this is doing some stuff that I have not seen before. In terms of the visuals, it is pretty fantastic. That guy's gonna shoot me. Oh no, he's not. That guy's gonna try to shoot me. No, he's not. But yeah, everybody, look at all this gorgeousness. This is all rocking off of a 3080 card. It looks pretty amazing and fantastic. And we're gonna end out our video right now with me running away and getting out of here. All the RTXs couldn't save that guy. Everybody in Brookago, much love to you all. Again, huge thank you to our wonderful folks over at NVIDIA for giving us the opportunity to showcase this game in the best way possible, giving us the opportunity to interact with all of you. We've been looking to do more work with you, and this is a great way to end 2020 doing this work with one of the biggest games of the year. So everybody at home, much love to you all. Make sure you're checking out everything else, and we'll see you all very, very soon. Much love and peace.